Now we are going to discuss about petroleum. You all are familiar with the petrol, isn't it? In the smaller vehicles like or light automobiles like cars, motorcycles and scooters, we are using petrol. But in the heavy vehicles like trucks or tractors, we are using diesel. Okay, this petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. Petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. The word petroleum is derived from two words, petra and oleum. Petra means rock, oleum means oil. This petroleum is mined from between the layers of rock under the earth. That is why we call it as petroleum. Petra means rock and oleum means oil. So together it forms petroleum. Okay. Petroleum was formed from the organisms living in the sea. As they died, their bodies settled down at the bottom of the sea and got buried under the sand and clay, or got covered with the sand and clay. Over millions of years, these dead organisms, in the absence of air due to the high temperature and pressure, transformed into petroleum and natural gas. Okay, that means petroleum was formed from the organisms living in the sea. As these organisms died, their bodies settled down at the bottom of the sea and their bodies got covered with the sand and clay. Over millions of years, in the absence of air due to the high temperature and pressure, these dead organisms transformed into petroleum and natural gas. This picture is similar to figure number 5.4 in your textbook. It shows the deposits of petroleum and natural gas between the rocks under the earth. You can see the layer of petroleum oil and the gas is above the surface of water. You know what is the reason. You already know that when oil and water is mixed, oil floats on the surface of water. This is because oil and gas are lighter than water and do not mix with it. That means the density of oil and gas are less than density of water. Refining of petroleum. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, kerosene, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, and bitumen. The process of separating the various constituents or fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It is carried out in a petroleum refinery. Now we can discuss about various constituents of petroleum and natural gas and their uses. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas. These are termed as petrochemicals. Petrochemicals are used in the manufacture of many useful items like detergents, fibers, polythene, and plastics. Hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used in the production of fertilizers. Natural gas. Natural gas is a very important fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through pipes. CNG, natural gas is stored at high pressure as compressed natural gas. CNG is used for power generation, now being used as fuel for transport vehicles, also used as a starting materials for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers. Advantages of CNG. It is less polluting and a cleaner fuel. It can be used directly for burning in home and factories where it can be supplied through pipes.